Sean. You ready?
I'm ready to go.
You guys ready to go? All right, good. The meeting will come to order. We'll stand please for the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you very much. The following matters will come before the Revere License Commission today. This is our regularly scheduled meeting. This meeting is previously filed with the city clerk. The first order of business will be a motion to approve the minutes of the September 20th, 2023 meeting. I would make a motion that we approve that.
I second that.
That motion is approved and the minutes are accepted. The next items on the agenda are applications submitted for consideration. Item number 1, Mass Trips, Inc., DBA Esquí Taqueria, 1148 North Shore Road. Ana Paula Guerrero is the manager. This is an application for a malt wine restaurant license. The application of Mass Trips, DBA Esquí Taqueria, for the malt wine restaurant license to be exercised at the existing restaurant at that location of 1148 North Shore Road. The hours of operation are Monday through Thursday, 11 a.m. to 11 p.m., Friday, Saturday, 11 a.m. to 1:30 a.m. The seating is 18. Is there someone here from Esquí Taqueria? Would you step up to the microphone, please? And your name and address for the record.
Good evening. My name is Emiliano Moreno, and my address is 660 Ocean Avenue. And I'm here to represent Mass Trips, Inc., DBA Esquí Taqueria.
Thank you very much, sir. Can you explain briefly what you'd like to do with this malt wine restaurant license?
Yes, we're just going to have some alcoholic drinks to increase the traffic in this location. I would like to point out that this is actually the second time I've been here for this. We fell behind schedule, but everything that I mentioned last time remains the same, such as we're just gonna do just simple drinks. We're not gonna have like a full bar. The location is quite small for that capacity anyways. Also, our hours are not like exactly what's here, but yeah, they don't go up until too late, if that is a concern.
Thank you very much, sir. Do you have any questions, Commissioner Ochino?
Well, I'm concerned by the recommendation of the ABCC regarding the application itself. Is that? Okay, all right. Have no specific questions then.
Thank you very much, sir. We will close this section of the hearing. We will ask for any proponents. Is there anybody that would like to speak on behalf of this application? I don't see or hear anybody. We'll close that section. Is there anybody opposed? Is there anybody opposed to the issuing of the malt wine restaurant license for Esquite Taqueria? We don't see or hear anybody on that. We'll close that section. Would you like to discuss this further or make a motion?
So long as there's no opposition, I'd move to approve the application.
Very good. The application is approved. The application for a malt wine restaurant license of Esquite Taqueria will be exercised at 1148 North Shore Road. The restaurant hours are Monday through Thursday, 11 a.m. to 11 p.m., Friday, Saturday, 11 a.m. to 1:30 a.m., and the seating is for 18. Thank you very much, sir. Good luck with your endeavor.
Good luck.
Item number 2, Gia Liquors Corp., DBA BCM Liquors, 535 Broadway. Nirav Kirkumar Patal is the manager. This is an application for a change of the DBA. The application of Gia Liquors Corp. For a change of DBA to BCM Liquors. No other changes to the license at this time. Is there someone here from Gia Liquors Corp.?
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
My name is Nirav K. Patel, and I'm the manager of the Gia Liquors Corp. My address is 535 Broadway.
Thank you very much, sir. Can you tell us briefly what it is you plan on doing?
We're just changing the name from Gia Liquors Corp. To BCM Liquors, simply for the signage purpose and the paperwork purpose.
No changes in the corporate structure
No,
or the
everything's-
licensing or anything like that?
Everything's the same exact.
Very good. Do you have any questions or anything that you'd like to ask? Okay, very good. All right, sir, it's pretty self-explanatory. We will close this section of the hearing. Are there any proponents? Is there anybody that would like to speak out on behalf of Gia Liquors Corp. and the change of DBA to BCM Liquors? We don't see or hear anybody. We'll close that section. Is there any opponents? Anybody opposed? We don't see or hear anybody. We'll close that section. Would you like to discuss this further or make a motion?
I'd move to approve.
Very good. I will second that. The application for a change of DBA is approved. Gia Liquors Corp., DBA BCM Liquors. For the DBA will be changed to BCM Liquors. No other changes to the license. Thank you very much, sir. We appreciate your time.
Have a nice day.
Item number 3, Revere Beach Partnership, Waterfront Square. Chris Puglia is the event manager. This is an application for a one-day malt wine and entertainment license. The application of the Revere Beach Partnership is for the malt wine entertainment license to be exercised at Waterfront Square on Sunday, October 22nd, 2023, from 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. The event, is the Pumpkin Dash Road Race Post-Race Party. The expected attendance is 500. Is there someone here from Revere Beach Partnership?
Good afternoon. My name is Chris Puya. I'm on behalf of the Revere Beach Partnership, 150 Beach Street.
Thank you very much for appearing. Can you explain briefly what you'd like to do with this license?
Yeah, so last year during the Pumpkin Dash, we did our post-race beer garden up at Fine Line. Space was pretty tight, so this year what we wanted to do is just put in an application to do an extension of premise for Fine Line to utilize some of the additional patio space that is up there, just to give people some more room.
So you said the last time you did it, you were just confined into that outdoor area of Fine Line?
Correct, yep.
So you want to use that whole patio where the,
Not the whole thing, we just want to extend it by about 50 feet closer to like the MBTA station.
oh, okay. Because there is that empty area, that area over there.
Yep. Just gives people a little bit more space.
Will it be buried or off? Like,
Yep, yeah, so we would take the existing barriers that they have, just move them And then we have some additional barriers as well that we would move over there.
And so how, is this gonna be a roped-off area, or how is this going to be set up? I see from your diagram, this area from Fine Line extending out toward the T-station, is that gonna be, how is that gonna be roped
So
off?
there's already some existing fencing that's there, but we would take the fencing that would essentially, we're gonna be opening up, and we would utilize that to close it off.
Very good. Do you plan on having someone at the exit there to ensure that people don't leave the premises with the
Yes.
alcohol?
Yep.
Very good. Do you have any other questions?
I don't, well, I guess I do, because you're expecting 500 folks?
We have 500 runners. Every runner gets a beer with their registration who's 21 plus, but we know that there's a large percentage of those runners who don't attend the post-race party. I would say the number's probably gonna be closer to 250 to 300.
Mostly outdoors, you think the event's gonna be outdoors, it's gonna be indoors?
Yeah, the race is actually on the boulevard itself, but we do the post-race party up at Fine Line.
Sounds good. That's all I have.
Very good. Thank you very much, sir. We'll close this section of the hearing. Are there any proponents or anybody like to speak on behalf of the one-day license for Revere Beach Partnership? We don't see or hear anybody. We'll close that section. Is there anybody opposed? Anybody opposed to the issuing of this license? We don't see or hear anybody. We'll close that section. Would you like to discuss this or make a motion?
I'd move to approve the application for the one-day malt and wine and entertainment license of Revere Beach Partnership.
Very good. I'll second that. That motion and license is approved. The application for Revere Beach Partnership for a one-day malt wine license to be exercised at Waterfront Square on Sunday, October 22nd, 2023, from 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. for the Pumpkin Dash Road Race Post-Race Party is approved. Thank you very much. Item number 4, the Revere Parks and Recreation, Veterans Memorial Park. Charles Giuffrida is the event manager. This is an application for a one-day malt wine common victular and entertainment license. The application of the Revere Parks and Recreation for this license to be exercised at Veterans Memorial Park on Sunday, October 29, 2023, from 3:30 p.m. to 9 p.m. with a rain date of Monday, October 30th. The event is an All Hallows Eve celebration featuring the movie Hocus Pocus. The expected attendance is 250. Your name and address for the record, please.
Charles Giuffrida, on behalf of the Parks and Recreation Department, 150 Beach Street. Minor housekeeping, I did talk to Maggie about this. The official date of the event is 10/28. I think we're looking for the rain date of 10/29 or 10/30. The issue with the or is on 10/29, there's another major event happening at Suffolk Downs, so we might not have the staff, and it just kind of gives us some flexibility. But hopefully we won't have to do that. Basically, it's the same event we had last year, just scaled down. We did have a beer garden last year. It was at both the Legion and City Hall last year. We are eliminating the City Hall component, just keeping it at the Legion. The beer garden will be roped off, same footprint as the Fall Festival. DPW will put in the temporary fencing, and the movie screen will be right on the Legion lawn, and everybody will be contained right to that, the square footage.
Very good. Do you have any questions?
No, I don't. I'm familiar with the event, and they put on a good event for this time period, so I have no questions.
Very good. We will close this section of the hearing. Are there any proponents? Or does anybody like to speak out on behalf of this All Hallows Eve celebration? We don't see or hear anybody. We'll close that section. Anybody opposed? Anybody opposed to the issuing of the one-day malt wine common victular and entertainment license for the Revere Parks and Recreation? Don't see or hear anybody. We'll close that section. Would you like to discuss this or make a motion?
I'd move to approve.
Very good. Just as an aside, I'd like to say that I really appreciate the thoroughness of your application. The pictures are very easy to understand, And I think the Revere Parks and Recreation are doing a great job for the city.
Well, thank you,
So I just
sir.
wanted to make that a point of personal preference.
We hope to see you there. Right, maybe?
Thank you very much. The application for the one-day malt wine common victular and entertainment license for Revere Parks and Recreation is approved. That'll be exercised at Veterans Memorial Park on Sunday, October 28th, 2023, from 3:30 p.m. to 9 p.m. with a rain date of October 29th, 2023. The event is All Hallows Eve celebration featuring the movie Hocus Pocus. Thank you very much. That concludes the applications for consideration. The next items on the agenda are hearings. Item number 5, Argueta and Phoenix Corporation, DBA Carnival Latino Restaurant, 7B Everett Street. Julia Duarte Alarcon is the manager. This is a hearing into the incidents involving late-night brawls, intoxicated patrons, vandalism, and motor vehicle accidents that we discussed last month. This is a continuation of that. Thank you very much for appearing today. Your name and address for the record, please.
Good afternoon, Joel Limos, 7B Everett Street, Revere, Mass, Carnival Latino.
Thank you very much. So, how have we done in the last month?
We did good, there's no problems, but in fact, we lost a lot of clients. Almost all my employees that leave because it was very dead, slow.
Why is it slow? Because the
Wait,
police officers there?
The days that we don't have the detail, we have to close early, so the customers, they don't come. Most of our business is after 9:30, so.
Have you had trouble getting a detail for every weekend, like for
No,
Friday,
they
Saturday?
they didn't came only for 1 week, I guess. But it was very slow. I don't know what happened.
Well,
Our servers, they leave because they weren't making like money for tips, or
right.
it was very slow.
'Cause
We open the whole day. During the day is very dead. Our business is most at the late night time, so.
Yeah. It's kind of sad to hear. I know, like I was just telling my fellow commissioner here that I've eaten at the restaurant. I love the food, and to hear that your business has been harmed in that way. But obviously there was legitimate concern regarding some of the incidents that transpired there. But there's been no incidents over the last 30 days.
No. So we are also looking to see if we can extend like 1 more hour for like the entertainment from Thursday to Sunday. If we can keep the entertainment license until like 1:30, because that's our time where we have the customers. It looks like a club, but in fact it's not. Like there's always some people who like dance by patrons, like we asked last time for the license. So.
Well, I mean, I don't have a problem, and I don't think, the city has a problem with you staying open till 1:30, provided, there's protection for the patrons. I mean, you can't be open till 1:30 and not have a detail officer and have the place, having the gang activity that you were having. I mean, we put the detail officer in place for a reason. And so I'm confused as to why the business would drop off if the presence of the detail officer makes it drop off that much. What kind of a crowd was going there? I guess that would be my question.
It's normal people. Like we also have we have the securities. They search the people. It's a good people. We have good customers. The police, if you check with that in the details, we didn't have any problems. That they saw the people that comes. It's good people. We try to.
I think the representation was that the fact that they're closing at 12, they're shutting down the entertainment at 12:30, has deterred a lot of folks.
Well, that's
From
what you were
coming.
doing beforehand, wasn't it? Wasn't that the same as it always was?
It was like that, but now we having like, most of our clients, they come like at the late night time, like at 9:30,
okay.
I don't know.
Just, let me see if I get this straight. Before, you were closing at 12:30. Your business was doing very well, people were coming, but the wrong element was coming. There were problems with the patrons, okay? So we put in a detail officer. It's still 12:30, but now the patrons aren't coming.
Yeah.
And you think by opening an extra hour, they're gonna come back?
Maybe that's gonna help us.
I mean, I don't know,
So the entertainment license was only until 12:30, has always been until 12:30?
yes,
I see.
that's.
Because I'm
correct,
looking
right?
at, well, I'm seeing here that it says till 2 a.m., so I'm not sure which one is it. With the license. And that's city, like, that's. No, that's here. I see. And you would like to extend the entertainment for an hour, you said?
Like 1:30, so maybe that
Is
help
that
us.
permissible?
But, yeah.
Is there anything against, us doing that? Which have been.
I mean, I don't have a problem, like I say, I think it's, as far as the location of your restaurant and club goes, it's in a perfect location for that. You don't have any people around there, there's no one living around there. It's in a total business area. But I guess my concern is, you were closing at 12:30 before, and you were getting people. The only difference is you added a detail officer, and now people aren't coming. So what is that, I guess I'm missing the connection.
We'd like to, I have my security, so he can explain better.
Yes, I've met your security, I met him before, he seems like he's,
No, it's his first time. Oh, yeah, you met him last time.
yes, I met him
How you
before.
doing, Your
Your name and address, please?
Juan Ruiz, and we are on behalf of the 17B Everett Street, Revere.
Now, I met this gentleman at your door, he seems to be doing a very good job. Again, so are you wanting to discontinue the detail, or what are you asking for?
I don't think, we have two securities, so I don't think we need the detail. I don't know what happened that day. He was there when that happened, the
Yeah.
problem.
Yeah, we, like I told you, we couldn't really resolve the problem because once we had an argument inside, we kicked the two guys outside, they left, but two crowds of the different place, they showed up at the parking lot and they started the thing upside, and we couldn't do much what happens outside in the parking lot. We called the
Yes.
police, and the police showed up. I think the police received multiple phone calls at the time, and the police showed up, and after that, they handled it.
Well, I guess that's the reason why you'd want a police officer on site, so if something did spill out into the parking lot, you'd be able to handle it right there. Lieutenant Randall, has there been a problem filling that detail, or is that?
Not to my knowledge. I mean, they may have missed a night here or there, but no one told me that there's steadily, like, a regular problem filling it now. We've had no incidents.
Is the detail officer there the whole time, or is it just during the closing hours?
I think we had him there from 10,
Closing from 10 to 2. And we usually, the whole day is really dead. We still open because I got my employees, we got our employees, we need to help them. And right now we're doing some changes because the name we're doing some like decorations and things. We're gonna start doing some special to attract people for lunch or things like that. We're definitely during the day from 11 to 8, we don't sell like anything, just a few orders. But we still open.
So you rely on the
We
crowd
make
that comes out?
and the place is really big. We have like 80 employees, so we gotta make the money to keep the place open. And we're still trying, There's been a couple years since
What if-
Julia started.
I mean, so I think the need for the detail officer, I can appreciate that. But I'm also thinking about how your business has been affected. Is it possible to, instead of, because I'm sure that comes at a pretty decent cost to have a detail officer you know, for that many hours every weekend, especially if your business isn't generating that much business, would it be possible just to have, because I know we've done it with other businesses, just have a detail officer, you know, come around the closing hours of,
Well, there's no,
it's a 4-hour minimum.
How about when, in case we have like a special event or something, we can have a detail for, I'm always there. When I'm there, like, I'm helping the securities. We have one in the bathroom, one in the entrance, so nobody, you know, nobody fights or.
all right, well, let me think about this for a moment. Counselor, do you have something that you'd like to add? If we'd let the
Yeah.
city councilor speak, thank you.
You guys can have a seat.
Good afternoon, Commissioners. So security is the number one goal here. making
Just
sure
state your name for the record.
I'm
just so
sorry,
I have it.
Anthony
Sir.
Cogliandro, 105 Newman Street,
Yeah.
Ward 3 City Council. Security is the number one issue here. I am happy we haven't received any complaints on my end. I haven't received any complaints as the ward counselor. I think that, you know, in this area where we have a 2 o'clock license, we're combating, you know, the businesses here are combating a 4 o'clock license at Encore and Everett. And this board has always been amazing about wanting to help these businesses. And I think that a good agreement today would be 1:30, no more entertainment, also last call. Just so you having that last 30 minutes to clear the club or the bar out is ideal. But I also would agree that maybe we keep the detail as well. And the goal here was to clear out the riffraff essentially. And we want to bring in good clientele. We want to bring in all the good customers. So increase the hours, let them go a little bit later so that they can compete with surrounding businesses that do open later. Maybe have them back here in a couple of months to see how it goes. And if, you know, if all is good, maybe we start talking about removing the detail. They have up their security to 2 people. Again, there's been no issues. I would be completely okay with them being open later. Given the area they're in, it's kind of perfect for what they're trying to do. So that would be my suggestion to everybody. Thank you very much.
Thank you for your input, Counselor, I appreciate that. Well, so, sir, if you want to step back up, we'll just continue where we were. So would you just turn on your mic, please? Is it your contention that if you would like to extend it for an hour, and what are your thoughts about extending it for an hour and keeping the police detail?
That's fine, totally fine.
Okay, what are your thoughts on that?
So I was thinking, so just thinking about the initial reports that came to us and the need at the time to place a detail officer there seems to have accomplished the purpose that we set out to accomplish, like the counselor stated on the record, that we wanted to kind of deter the folks from you know, continuing to cause the problems that were being reported to us. And also the representation of the owners here that their business has dropped significantly, he believes, as a result of that. So I think that they're on a fresh start. I do think that they should be allowed to proceed with their security. And we revisit this in 2 months, 3 months, to see if there's been any reported issues, because the detail, you know, thankfully we have a wonderful department that I think that if it's required and needs to be imposed again, we can do it. So I would certainly be amenable to extending the hours to 1:30 without the detail officer, and, you know, put them back here for a review in about 3 months to see if there's been any issues.
That's interesting. Lieutenant Randall, what are your thoughts on that, eliminating the detail officer?
I mean, as the police department, we provide a detail when required. We don't, we don't seek out details. So my opinion is, if the detail's working, I wouldn't change it. But that's just, my opinion.
That's kind of where I'm sitting on it.
Okay.
The detail is working. Extending them the extra hour would allow them to compete as the counselor said, and keeping the detail will kind of keep the riffraff away. And then if we revisit it in, say, 90 days, and there's been no activity as far as gangs, and they've found other places to go, then maybe at that point, we can talk about removing the requirement for the detail officer.
And I would support that, especially, I mean, they indicated they have no objection to it, so extending the hours and keeping the detail in place.
So here's what we're proposing, is that we would allow you to extend your entertainment license until 1:30, but you're gonna have to continue to maintain the detail officer on Friday and Saturday nights.
Okay.
Okay? So because your entertainment is going till 1:30, your last call is at 1:30 also. Okay? So you have to, they'll give you a half hour to have people finish their drinks and hit the road.
Yeah, we always turn on the lights at 1:20, so people don't start asking, look, give me another one, you know, 'cause
Okay.
it's so hard to work with them. So what's gonna happen if if the police officer doesn't show up? Can we still be open?
Well, you mean if you request it and they don't show up?
I mean, I would be inclined
I'm
to-
sorry, those are the only 2 days. I mean, Fridays, Saturdays, and Sundays, the nighttime is when we make our money
Yes.
to keep the
I mean, I
business.
guess that would be a way to see how it's gonna work without a detail officer.
Right.
I mean, I would hate to, you know, for planning purposes, I would imagine it's difficult to plan to be open till 1:30 and then you can't get a detail officer and now you have to close at, I don't know, what did we say, 10:30 or 10 o'clock? Yeah, I would waive that portion of our decision from last time, so but you have to request a detail officer.
Yeah, we request.
And if we find you're not requesting a detail officer, then we're gonna have to go back to shutting it down
Gotcha.
early.
Yeah.
All right? So request a detail officer. If he doesn't show, you can still stay open. Is there a way to add any additional security at that point?
We can add another security, but if we're waiting for the police officer, we can call for another security at the last minute.
Can't, right? You wouldn't be able to do that.
Can't,
Yeah.
yeah, we can't.
All right. All right, well, so, I would think that would be, a fair and equitable
I agree.
solution.
What
So-
we can do, maybe if the police doesn't show up, we can be more like, you know, like, I don't know how to say it, like, to be more,
Vigilant.
exactly, to, you know, like. I don't know
Yes,
how to
keep a
say-
closer eye on things and just make
Exactly.
sure.
And
that-
I'm always there, like, walking around, checking if everybody's okay, and like, you know.
All right, so I would make this in the form of a motion that we extend the hours of the entertainment license to 1:30. That we will continue the requesting of a detail officer on Friday and Saturday nights.
Okay.
However, if the detail officer doesn't show, you can remain open until 1:30.
Thank you.
All right? Would you second that?
I would second that motion.
Very good, that motion is approved. Thank you very much, and I'm glad we could come to a
Thank you.
reasonable solution.
So will this be reviewed in 90 days?
Yes, we would also include, if you come back in 90 days, we'll review it and see where we are. Maybe we can drop the detail or not, we can adjust a little bit here and there.
Thank you.
All right?
Thank you so much.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
Good luck.
Thank you.
That concludes this hearing. The next items on the agenda are communications. This is a notification of an order of notice from Revere Fire Department to Revere Hotel Realty LLC, DBA Avid Hotel Boston, Logan Airport, Revere, for fire alarm issues. Apparently that's being worked on and being resolved. Communication from City Councilor Richard Serino regarding noise complaints against Scalzi Hospitality Corporation, DBA Casa Lucia. He requested that the License Commission take action in this matter. However, I'll refer you to communication from City Councilor Richard Serino regarding noise complaints against Scalzi Hospitality Corporation, rescinding his request that the License Commission take action in the matter. The councilor has addressed the matter directly with the business owner. And finally, the notification from the Massachusetts Alcoholic Beverage Control Commission of a return of no action of the application for a change of manager, change of officers for Beachmont VFW, Post 6712, Inc. And that concludes the items on today's agenda. Did you have anything you wanted to bring up regarding noise complaints at,
Yes, so I was alerted to a significant amount of noise coming from the Wonderland Ballroom. It appears that approximately a week ago, on a Saturday night at 1:52 a.m., there was a significant amount of cars doing burnouts in the parking lot. There wasn't a detailed officer on site. I believe as part of one of the stipulations that I believe this commission requested that they, during closing hours, have a detailed officer monitoring the activity in the parking lot. So somehow or another that has either stopped or there wasn't anyone available.
I'm trying to remember, did we bring the T on board? Were they providing a detail in the parking lot?
they had indicated that they were providing someone to roam the parking lot, but,
The garage.
In the garage?
or the garage, yeah, either or, but apparently,
I'll have to check with the detail officer and find out if maybe the T hasn't been filling the detail.
well, as a remedy, what do you suggest? Would you like us to send them a letter, have them come in at our next meeting?
I
or-
would ask that they come in. It's someone, as a person who lives in that area, actually directly behind it, I can certainly say that it's still very much a problem. The noise is excessive, and I have video of it, being awoken out of my sleep at close to 2 a.m. in the morning with cars burning out, excessive loud music still, so it just doesn't seem like there's been any deterrence in that sort of activity during closing hours.
Very good, so I guess we would bring them in for a hearing next meeting.
Is it November?
November 15th is what I think we have.
Correct.
Very good, so yes, if we could bring him into our November 15th meeting, that would be very good. And the last item on the agenda is a motion to adjourn.
I'd move to adjourn.
Very good. I'll make a motion to adjourn to November 15th, 2023. Thank you very much. Meeting adjourned.